All right. So we are golden. We are golden. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another edition of ATL Dreaming with your host, Edub and Yakiri. What's up, my dear?
Hi, how are you doing?
I am great on this Sunday. Have you been outside today? It is
Oh,
hot if you
yes, it is
haven't.
very hot. I had on my Atlanta Dream mask, but I had to take it off because it was so hot.
You got an Atlanta Dream mask?
I do. Do
I
I
gotta
need to
check.
call my son and be like, bring my mask here? I do. Now, that was paid through the NBA store, everyone. That's a plug. Go to
I
the
need
NBA
I
store.
need to cop me some additional stuff. So I did get some masks for the Hawksbeat. So if you don't know anything about the Hawksbeat, check it out.
True that.
Hawksbeat.com. But I don't have any Atlanta Dream mask.
Oh, you need
So
to get them.
I need to
They're
get on
dope.
that.
Yes, they're dope.
I gotta wait
They're
till they
dope.
win another ball game though, because I'm not gonna get one. Okay, that was cold. That was cold. That was mean. I'm a
Hmm.
jerk.
Yes. We riding for you, Atlanta Dream.
We riding though. We riding
In
though.
the A, we here.
We are supporting this team, and that's why we do this podcast, and that's why
True.
we do what we do, because we love the Atlanta Dream, man. Love the Atlanta Dream. And I think I got all of the retweets and the shares and the mentions and
Hmm.
everything and all that jazz out of the way.
Yes.
We can get down to business. Did I ask you how your day was? I don't want to be rude.
Ah,
I didn't want to be
yes, you
rude.
did
I
ask
did.
me how
Okay.
my day. It's hot outside.
Um,
It's hot.
so I had the brilliant idea to start cutting my grass today.
Why?
And
Right now?
well, the grass needed to be cut, and I thought that I was getting a jump on it, but as it turns out, I didn't get a jump because I stopped to get some water, and I was like, you know what? It's really 12:30 out here. It is really the hottest part of the day, and I'm out here
Right.
cutting my grass in Atlanta,
Crazy.
Georgia.
In ATL. They don't
Oh
call it
man.
Hotlanta for a reason?
Yeah, so welcome everyone that has joined us for ATL Dream again. I'm one half of the duo. Yakiri Thomas joins me. I'm Edub. This is episode 4 of
Mm.
ATL Dreaming, where we're talking all things Atlanta Dream and the WNBA.
NBA.
Oh, let's get down to it, baby girl. It's
Oh,
a tough week for the Dream. Tough week for the Dream. Before we get into the week that was, the Dream are 2-5. They're ranked 10 out of 12. Still early though, right, Kiri? Still
still
early.
very early. Still very early. I'm definitely hoping and knowing that we're going to get the next W. But that will be later in our recap, right?
Yeah,
Our
yeah,
predictions.
yeah. We're gonna. Speaking of predictions, good segue. Good segue. I have, in case you missed it last week, and let me see if I can pull it up throughout my navigation. Let me see if I can tell my producer to pull it up. Producer, pull up the clip from last week when Yakiri and I gave our input about last week's. Uh, if you missed last week, here's a small clip of how we thought the week was going to go.
What?
So Yakiri's going with they're going to win Dallas and lose to Phoenix and Seattle. I say they're going to beat Dallas, and I'm rolling the dice because sometimes I can be a little bit of a gambler. I say that Seattle's going to be a 50-50 game. They're going to catch them slipping.
Okay.
Courtney's going to go off for 20, at least 20, and they're going to pull out the Seattle game. Yeah, that didn't work too well. Didn't age well at all.
Nope. Absolutely
We
not.
tried.
Absolutely not. We tried, 3 L's. I mean, what can we say? I mean, it was a very difficult week. I guess start with Tuesday's game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so in the totality, of course, you said they would get one. I said they would get probably two. I kind of gambled on the Seattle game. The Seattle and the Dallas game were relatively close.
Yeah.
The Phoenix game, to an extent, was relatively close. They're in a point, I would say, and tell me if you agree with this, that all three of these games, they had a chance to win, but it just seemed
Absolutely.
toward the fourth quarter, towards the end of the game, it was like the other teams just absolutely knew what they were going to do, and we were kind of figuring out. Do you get that sense from the Dream?
Definitely, definitely. Diana Taurasi, unstoppable. E. Williams, she did make those free throws, but it's just Diana. She's being Diana. And at the end, we fell to, Phoenix. So again, that was a tough loss for me, but I did predict it.
You
I did
did.
predict it.
The thing, and I think about Diana is such a beast, man. And, of course, she had swimming things to say about our rookie, Kennedy. Her and Sue Bird have a little Instagram thing that they do, and they were talking about Kennedy might win Rookie of the Year. And we'll talk a little bit about Kennedy, but again, that Phoenix team, when it came down to it, like I think they came out hard, they hit them hard,
Mm-hmm.
but towards
Mm-hmm.
the end, it was just like, okay, Tarazi's like, okay, this is what I do.
Mm-hmm. Let
And I
me
mean,
show you.
exactly. And it's like, for all intents and purposes, that is, for my money, the best WNBA player to ever do it, Diana Taurasi. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
she's a champion on so many levels. She's the GOAT. And if you lose to the GOAT, there's really no shame in that. I mean, I think that people don't understand it is really hard to win basketball games in this
Again,
league.
yeah, for sure.
Very,
Against
very
Diana.
competitive.
Yeah, very competitive. But again, like you said, to have Diana speak about our rookie Kennedy Carter is just, phenomenal. Just to hear her mention her and say how great of a player she is. This is going to be a really good season. Like you said, it's very early, but I'm here for it. I'm here to see what happens at the end.
Yeah. From there, we had the Seattle game. And I text you and they gave you a little information. I said, hey, look, Sue
Good.
Bird isn't going to play. And
We
so
might have a.
there was a little twinkle in my eye. I was like, okay. Didn't matter.
It
Didn't
didn't
matter.
matter. But you know what? What I will say though, I will put it out there. There was a moral win. You know what I mean? I won't even say that they lost this one. It was a moral win.
But they did
Kennedy.
lose.
I'm sorry. What? What? No,
They lost. They lost.
they did. But think about Kennedy's performance. That buzzer beating shot. She
Those
put the
free
score
throws.
one. We were just at just 1 point away from winning that. That's crazy. I
Yeah.
was really hyped over that. That energy in the last quarter really took me to another level because again, we were like down 17 points, right? At
Yeah,
one
they
point,
fought back.
it was crazy. They fought back hard. So again, more win.
Yeah, even though Coach Nick after the game was like, "Look, there's no moral victories. She's a competitor. She wants to
She
win,
is.
and I get it. She wants to win." And again, another testament of it is hard to win in this league. We finish out the week with Dallas. This was a game I thought that they could win. I thought they match up good against Dallas. They were going back and forth with Dallas, and Dallas didn't pull away until maybe about 5 minutes or 7 minutes left in the game. I
Mm-hmm.
cannot pronounce that girl's name, and you know exactly who I'm talking about. Their little point guard they have.
Oh yeah,
Oh my
I know who
gosh.
yeah,
She
she
is
is
a handful.
beast. Yes, she is. She is, and I don't want to pronounce it because I don't want to mess it up. But yes,
I'm gonna see if I can pull it up, and I'm
you
going to
look.
attempt.
You
I'm
do
going
it
to
because
attempt
that's
to
what you
say
went
her
to
name.
school for, to pronounce names correctly.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can. Let's see,
She
Dallas. Are
was
they
a
playing
beast.
today?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but and Kennedy had troubles with her. I mean, she still got her point, and we'll talk about Kennedy a little bit later. But
Still got her double
um,
digits, but it wasn't
yeah,
as high. You know what I mean? It wasn't what we were kind of used to seeing her. We're talking about 30 points, Kennedy. But again,
she was
it
giving
was
her
a
all
tough
she
one.
wanted.
You know what? That game, can I say, it just seems like the Dream really got tired. It seemed like they were exhausted at the end. It was like we have given all that we have gotten, and they were just stuck. It was like they were
Yeah,
backed up into a brick wall and they just couldn't come out. So again,
yeah,
it was a tough one.
and we kind of talked about that last week. It's like here goes the depth issue rearing its
Hmm.
ugly head again because I mean, it seems like even when they come out strong, it's like in the rotation, I think coach played like maybe 8 girls, maybe 9.
Hmm.
So they're logging minutes and it's not going to get easier. And that's kind of the lot that they've been given. Again, you guys listen to the ATL Dreamin podcast with the beautiful Yakiri and
Oh.
myself, Edub. And yeah, man. So here's the thing. If you guys have any questions, hit us up. I'm
Hmm.
going to try to pronounce her name.
Go ahead,
The
break it
last
down.
name is Ogunbowale. Ogun. So the first part, Ogun, Ogun, Bowale. The last part is Bowale, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Ogunbowale. Ogunbowale. Whoever she is, baller. 24
Sick.
points. She put in work. And yeah, man. So salute to her for, just
The
putting in that work
efforts.
and doing what she
Yes.
had to do because she played a whale of a game, man. A whale of a game. So unfortunately, the Dream fall. They go down 3 0 for 3 this week. 0 for 3.
Over 3. Yeah.
So I
Mm-hmm.
asked you in our notes if you could give a headline for the week when it comes down to the Dream and the week that has. And so give me a shot on the headline for the week
Oh
if you
my
can.
gosh. I struggle with that. I wanted to say something like teachable moment. I wanted to play off of you. But again, I mean, the struggles of the Atlanta Dream, but Kennedy Carter, standout player,
Yeah.
period.
So was that your headline? That was kind of a long
I mean,
headline.
I mean, yeah, it was kind of a long headline.
Hey,
So I try to
so
keep,
since you
like,
have a crew of writers at Chicks in the Sports, since and they're going to submit a piece to you, and they said you got to put the headline on it, Miss Editor in Chief. You got to put the headline on it. Put a headline on this week.
oh gosh, turnovers, troubles, Atlanta Dream fight to stay alive for week 3, right? Aren't we in
Okay,
week 3?
something like that. Yeah, that works. I
Yeah,
like that. I
you
like
know,
that. Here's my headline. Okay,
I'm listening.
Kennedy's crew,
Love it.
and because you got the C and the
Yeah,
C.
yeah. Okay, okay.
Kennedy's crew, rookie shines, but dream falls short. What do you
Love
think
it.
about that?
I think that works.
That's pretty brilliant. If I got to say
Yeah.
so myself.
Pat yourself on the back, Professor. I'm
So
sorry,
that
Ed.
is the weekly headlines for the week. Before we get into the last game, we're going to recap the last game. I just want to throw out some questions to you. And we talked a little bit about this before everything got going. Kennedy Carter, man, she is starting to become a national
National
name.
player.
People outside of the city of Atlanta are talking about her. And just curious as your thought of her stardom and um, how
I'm
things are
loving it.
going with her.
I'm loving it. I'm digging it. The fact that people are comparing her to one of my favorite players, AI, that speaks volumes.
Hand
Allen
me that
Iverson,
cord.
but like I told you before, Kennedy Carter, I definitely look forward to seeing what she has in store for us. And I believe this next game coming up, she's going to really show us what she has in her side pocket. Kennedy Carter again, I'm rooting for her. I'm
Yeah,
rooting for her, you know?
and word on the street is I think I saw on her Instagram that she lost somebody in her
Her
family.
grandfather.
Yeah, her
Yeah. She
grandfather. So
lost.
rest in
So
peace to her grandfather.
prayers up to her.
Um, Losing someone in COVID is definitely difficult, because you don't really get to say goodbye like you thought that you would. And you just so prayers up to them. She's in
Hmm.
the bubble, so it's not like she can really
Go
go
out
and be
and
with
be
her
with her
family with
family.
ease.
Hmm.
So it's gonna be hard for them.
It
So
is.
yeah, prayers up to her family, but I hope that she's motivated. I mean, she's already balling. So
All day, every
if
day.
if that gives her a little extra umph, hopefully that'll be good for her.
Well, can I say this one thing? If all of these comparisons to AI, when is he gonna say something? Alan, where you at, AI? We need
Get
you
them
to
on the
speak on
phone.
it.
Get them on the phone. You can't
Let's
get them on.
see
You
if
know,
I.
yeah.
Yeah, right. I
Send
know
them
we can send him a what?
send them a message on Instagram.
You know what? I think we should. I think we
Yeah,
should.
we got to get him
Alan
on the
Iverson.
show, man. We got to see if he'll come on the show. Why not? What's he
Okay.
gonna say? No.
The answer. He has all the answers.
Maybe we can get Don to ask him because
Oh
Don.
yeah, he has all the numbers. Done,
Yeah,
done.
and you do
Yes.
know that since that one time where he walked behind me and Don at a Hawks game,
And
that
Yakiri and
yeah, we was all
Ningala,
there, but like me and Don were the only one that
the
realized it.
notice. Yeah.
So maybe I'll give him a shout, see if he'll come on us, has what he has to say about the
Fun.
young rook because she really looks up to him.
She
Um,
does.
so another question I want to ask. So,
Okay.
um, we've seen Kennedy playing really well, and it's very reminiscent of Trae Young and a lot of this
Right.
because we both cover the Hawks as well. Um, so the question is, it seems that she's doing a lot of the ball and she's doing a lot of the scoring. And in the beginning of the year, first 2 games, but Naja was kind of like the one doing a lot of the scoring too. But now it seems like the last 2, maybe 3 games, it's kind of like you're looking for kind of a Robin to her Batman, right? And so, like, what are your thoughts about who will step up to be that Robin? Because the last game it was Kennedy, and then it was like, who else was really out there really balling like a number 2? Like, what are your thoughts about who can be like the number 2 to take some of that pressure off the young rookie?
Courtney Williams.
It's
Did I
got to be
say
Courtney.
that? Who said
Yeah,
that? Yes, Courtney Williams. The fact that, we watched the game, of course, we weren't there, but we did watch it from afar. And to see Courtney Williams and her kind of embrace each other and help each other off the courts, I definitely see that there's going to be a collabo, a duo thing happening there pretty soon. So, yeah,
yeah.
I'm very interested to see
And
what
Courtney's
she got.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, no, I was finished. Go
No, I'm
ahead.
saying, and Courtney's taking a lot of flack. Well, not it's unfairly. You know how fans are, because she doesn't have her legs yet. She doesn't have her legs, so we haven't really got full Courtney yet, right? Because we know what she can do. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, if you knew anything about that playoff run they had last year and in the final, so she's definitely going to be the person. But like until she gets in shape, until she learns the playbook a little bit better, there's gonna be. I mean, you got to have somebody that's going to step up. Say, okay, I got to be the number 2 because Kennedy is clearly taking hold of this
Unstoppable.
leadership and the scoring and all that, but she's gonna need some help.
She
She's gonna need
does.
some help. She's gonna need some
Absolutely.
help. So we talked about this a little bit last week, right?
Mhm.
And I'm referring to the starting 5. And if you guys have any questions, this is the ATL Dreaming with Yakiri and Edub, WNBA questions and dream questions. Go ahead and hit me in the chat, and we'll try to get to those. So we talked a little bit about last week about the starting 5, and I was like, okay, Courtney is coming off the bench. She's trying to get her legs, and I don't know which press conference it was this week, and I'm sure you're there because you're at all the press conferences with me. When Coach Nikki said, "Look, we didn't bring Courtney here to come off the bench," and I was like, "Ding ding, we were just talking about that. We were just talking about that at the ATL Dreamin podcast." So here's my thinking: if you had to put together a 5, would you still wait to have Courtney continue to come off the bench, or would you put her in the starting 5 and just maybe just like, hey, let's just try something different and let's see where it goes? Or like, what 5 would you try out there? You're Coach Yakiri now. You're Coach Yakiri Thomas of the Dream now. What 5 would you put out there? Would you continue to leave it as business as usual? Or are you changing things up? What you gonna do, Coach?
I think I'm going to leave it as it is. I definitely like that roundup. I think the rotation is working. I know that it's just all about figuring the things out, figuring these pieces out. I wouldn't change it. I feel comfortable with the way it is. I mean, I think the girls just chemistry wise, they just need to work on that. But I believe the 5 that we have, this may work. This absolutely may work. That's how I feel.
It's a good 5.
This is a good 5.
I echo your statements, and I'm gonna add on to that. I would keep it the same, but
What's your
there's
but?
always a but. There's always a but. But if you go another week of 0-3, you got to make some changes.
And we're not.
You got to make some changes, right?
Yeah.
So, and this is another tough week because I think we got Seattle and Phoenix again. And we got Seattle and Phoenix again. So if you have another 0-3 week, if you have another week where you're not really seeing progress, turnovers are an issue, you might as well, right? You might as well shake it up. So my thing is this: if you do shake it up, what would it look like? And here's what it would look like to me.
Okay, I'm listening.
Last week I said maybe there's an idea of bringing the Rook off the bench. Scrap that. I was dumb. I don't even know why I said that. Don't do that. You're definitely not taking Kennedy out.
Can't.
You bring Courtney in, let her be the 2, right? You play her off the ball, and even Kennedy can play off the ball, right? So you got two dynamic guards playing off the ball. But Naja's been your number one scorer for the most, like, kind of half the time when Kennedy hasn't been the number one scorer, right? So there's an idea of, do you leave Benaja in or do you leave Strick in? Here's my thing. I'm putting Strickland on the bench. Not because I don't love her. We're going to talk about Strickland a little bit later. I love Strick. But you got to put your hottest five out there. Benaja plays fast. She has good energy. I think she can play the three. You leave your two dogs in the middle, Monique and E. Will. So that's the five I will go with if you have to make a change. Your thoughts?
I love that.
I
love that because I actually was thinking the same thing. Sit her down. I hate to say it.
See,
but I was like, sit her down just for a second. Let's see what Benaja has. And I definitely am interested in seeing that too. So, I mean, again, a win next week. I'm predicting that. I feel it coming.
My thing is this. So if you were to do that, and here's the thing, sitting down Strick is not really a demotion because look, you're gonna get the minutes because
of course.
the depth isn't there, right? You especially that core 8, you're gonna get the minutes. So it's like, okay, like I'm sitting down, I'm still gonna get my 20 to 25 minutes a night, regardless. So really, you know, but as far as 5 goes, as far as your starting 5, coming out with a 5, I think that is a solid 5. But we'll see how the week goes as far as you know, the wins and losses. So
of course.
Let's get to the game. Last game, the most recent game versus Dallas. Deep breath. Did you woosah? Deep breath.
I did.
Deep breath.
I had no choice but to.
If you have any questions about the Dallas game or the Energy and Dream, go ahead and hit us in the chat. 75 to 85 loss. They really went back and forth. I ask you every week. Well, every week we do this. I asked you last week, so I'm gonna ask you again. The good and the bad of Saturday's game. What are we starting with today? We starting with the good, or we starting with the bad?
I want to do the good. I want to start with the good. Atlanta's defense did do a really good job in the beginning. You know, the defense was really good. At the half, they took a 1-point lead over Dallas, which was good. Courtney Williams, she did her 1,500 point game, you know, so that was my good. Yeah, 1,500 career points. That was good. And then my bad was the Dream just looked exhausted. There was no way around that. They looked tired. They looked exhausted. They could not give anything else after those last few minutes in the fourth period.
Yeah.
You know?
My bad was the same thing you did. My bad was the energy. And the energy was just, and Coach Nikki talked about this like after games. She's like, we got to play 4 quarters, you know? And
no
it's
way
like,
around it.
Like you're playing a short list. You're going up against Breonna Stewart. You're going up against Skylar Diggins. Like it's not easy to win in this league, you know, and it's not making excuses, but you just have to be better. Like you have to be better for four quarters. And I don't know if that means, okay, maybe we don't take a day off. Maybe instead of a day off, we go in there and we get some shots up, you know, but that was my bad. My good was, I thought they fought, right? So like,
yeah, for sure.
In any battle, you don't want to go out there and see your team just lay down, right? And one thing, and again, going back to the Hawks, one thing that really, in an 82 game season, there were nights that you and I were both there, that we went there, and in the first quarter, we're like, what are they doing? Like they're not even putting up a fight. You know what I mean? I've never gotten that from this team at all. So the good to me was the fight. Even though it was a 10-point loss, I think it was closer than that because free throws and everything got kind of like in the mix. But yeah, so that was my good. The fight, but the energy was the bad. So let's take a deep dive into the individual players of the game. So let's start with E. Will. 32 minutes, 15 points. 6 rebounds, 2
Mhm.
blocks. She was a
Mhm.
-9 on the
Mhm.
court. And so for those of you who don't understand the positive negative um, stat in your stat sheet, do you want to explain or you want me to explain?
You explain.
Okay, so the -9 on her stat sheet means that while she was on the court, her team was outscored by 9 points,
Mhm.
right? So if she's
Mhm.
out there and while they're there, they score 30 points, but the other team scores 39, she's a -9, right?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
if she's out there and the team scores 42, and the other team scores 30, then she's a +12. So
Mhm. Mhm.
little basketball 1-on-1 for the
Mhm.
positive and negative.
Mhm.
I thought E Will was pretty decent offensively. It was odd when I looked at the stat sheet and saw she had no defensive rebounds. Like that was
Mhm.
kind of weird.
Mhm.
Your thoughts on E Will's game?
Again, I think that she did a good job. Could have been better. 32 minutes, 15 points. Still not bad. She was still in double digits. That's kind of where we want them in scoring efforts. 6 rebounds. Not bad. Not bad. But again, I do expect a little bit more from E. Williams.
Yeah, yeah, and we love E Will, man.
Hmm.
And I mean, it was crazy. Like they were all offensive rebounds. Like that's crazy. Like 6 offensive rebounds is good. It
Hmm.
was just like it's. I guess sometimes it's kind of like an anomaly. Like how do we go and you don't get a defensive rebound, right?
Right, right, right.
But I thought that she was good offensively. I thought that she could have been a little bit better. I like to see her be a little aggressive sometimes
Hmm.
when it comes to offense. But I think again, chemistry. She's still learning how
That's
to play with these
it.
dynamic
New.
wings.
Yes,
So she's
yes.
just trying to figure it out, right? Uh, let's go to Monique Billings, 27 minutes, 5 points on 1 for 8 shooting. Not her best shooting night. She had 7 rebounds, 2 blocks. She was a -5. Um, outside of that game 1 where she exploded for 30 points, she's trying to find her footing as well. She's obviously not comfortable. Well, she
You.
obviously wasn't comfortable against the Dallas game, shooting
Hmm.
1 for 8. 7 rebounds is good. I think she led the team in rebounding. Her and
Yeah.
Glory. 2 blocks. She's always going to be a good defender. But Monique, man, we've kind of seen her kind of fade to the back, man. What are your thoughts on
Right.
Miss Billings?
Again, Monique Billings, looking at her from the very first game where she was just explosive, she was on fire. And now, like you said, it's kind of like she's fading slowly to black. And we're like, wait a minute, where's that same fire? Where's that same passion that you had? 5 points, 27 minutes. I expected more from Mo. And I know
Yeah,
that she has it in her. Again,
yeah.
is it the chemistry? Is it the chemistry that we're trying to figure out here with Monique? Because again, she wasn't bad last season. So
Hmm.
this one, it has to be chemistry. It has to
I
be chemistry.
wonder if, and we all expected her to come in and start and be a starter, have a bigger role since she was here
Mhm.
last year.
Mhm.
Here's my thought, and I'm just throwing this out there. I'm wondering if she is better as a come off the bench type of player.
Mm.
Like, meaning like that may be her natural habitat. Case in point, Lou Williams, right? Baller in the NBA. His natural habitat is coming off the bench, right? He is a
Mhm.
killer. Like, he could start for any team in this league, but I think he prefers to come off the bench. That's
Mhm.
kind of like his natural habitat. And I'm wondering, and it's still a small sample size. I'm
Mhm.
wondering if that still may be true for like Monique. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hopefully she can rebound, but um, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see as the season goes on.
Mhm.
Because as we go and talk a little bit about some of the other players, there was another person who came off the bench and had a really good game.
Mhm.
Um, Strickland, 21 points.
Mhm.
21 minutes. It would have been
Mhm.
nice if he gave us 21.
I know, right?
5 points,
Mhm.
2 for 6 shooting, 2 rebounds. She was a -13. Um, I thought that Strick was invisible at times. Look, man, we brought her here to shoot. We
Right.
brought her here to shoot. We brought her here to score.
Mhm.
And if she's giving you 5, then there's a reason why she only played 20 minutes. To be
Mhm.
honest with you, I think there's a
Mhm.
minute. Uh,
Mhm.
there's room for improvement there.
Mhm.
She can shoot. Like she can shoot that thing.
That's her thing.
Yeah. So like we bring you over here to shoot. You need to shoot.
Mhm. Please. Please shoot.
Yeah, so she was a minus 13. What were your thoughts on Strickland's game? I thought she was kind of invisible at times.
I did too. At times I would forget she was still on the floor. Oh, Strick's still out there. Oh, okay. So again, I was looking for a little bit more from Strick. 21 minutes, 5 points, 2 rebounds. I just expected a little bit more.
I think that sometimes when you're a good 3-point shooter, you rely on that a little bit too much. I think it can be your greatest blessing and your biggest curse at the same time. I think it can both be true because I think that sometimes she's running to that line where in the case where if she would just throw up a little pump fake, they know she's looking for that 3-point shot, right? They're going to go up in the air. She takes a few shots in, boom, she got a 19, 20-foot jumper. But again, it's all part of the feeling out process. Benijah Laney, 36 minutes, 16 points, 5 for 13, 2 assists, 5 turnovers, and negative 14 as far as the plus minus. I put the turnovers there because with her and Kennedy, the turnovers is an issue. The turnovers are an issue. But I love when Laney is out there. Like I feel comfortable when she's out there because I know she's going to give it to me on both ends. Your thought on Benijah in this Dallas game?
Benijah, 36 minutes, 16 points, double digits again. Not too bad, 2 assists. I think, Benijah, again, is one of those players, like you said, that we need to see more of. So I think she could have did better, but it still wasn't a bad game for her. 16 points, still not bad. Still not bad, we just need to see more of her.
Yeah, and I think that and what we're seeing as a whole is everybody kind of left some plays out there, right? This isn't a team where you can leave players out. You can leave plays out there, right? Because you're going up against Brittany Grinders, you're going up against Brianna Stewart, you're going up against Asia Wilson's. You can't leave, especially with this team where we don't have that that WNBA icon no more, right? Angel's not running through that tunnel.
No.
Tip's not even running through that tunnel.
Right.
So
exactly.
You're going to have to maximize all 5 of these players. And again, I think that may fall on the rookie, to get everybody involved. But shoot, if they're not making shots, then shoot, she got to do what she got to do.
She does.
Which leads us to Kennedy Carter. 31 minutes, 14 points, 3 assists, 4 rebounds, 4 turnovers, negative 14. Not her best game. She still ended up in double digits. She had some highlights. But the girl that I said earlier, Ogunbowale, you know who I'm talking about. She definitely got the best of her.
Yes.
She definitely got the best of her. I think the rookie was a little shook. To her credit, she didn't give up. She still put up a fight. 14 points. Look, if you're going to have 3 assists, you can't have 4 turnovers.
That's
period.
True.
Like you're going to have 3 assists, you can't have those 4 turnovers. That's rookie basketball.
It is.
I like her moxie, though. I like the fact that she don't quit. She don't give up. She don't mind taking that shot. Shot selection sometimes it still concerns me. But she got bounced, man. She's young, so I don't think the 3 games a week affects her that much.
Yeah. I know, like with Kennedy, she did. How many foul troubles did she get in? Do you remember?
I think she was in foul trouble in this game too.
Okay.
I think that Nikki had to still. I think it's been the last 2 games.
Yeah.
Coaches had to sit her because just trying to figure out the fouls.
The fouls. Yeah, exactly. If she can get that under control. But again, 14 points it could have been better.
Yeah.
We're talking about Kennedy. She has already, at this young age of career, set a standard. So we are looking at her like, bring it, girl. She is. I've heard some of the players call her the Energizer Bunny. She's unstoppable. So 14 points wasn't bad, but it's not what we would expect out of Hollywood. That's her name now, Hollywood. So again, the tiresome, the exhaustion, it just seems like at the end, everybody was done. It was like, I can't give anything else. It's over. Yeah.
And we're breaking down the Dallas game in which the Atlanta Dream lost 75-85. If you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. You're listening
Chat with
to
us. We're
ATL
here.
Dreamin with Edub and Yakiri. And my thing is this, Kennedy, if you give me 14 points, you better give me 10 assists. Because, like, they're never going to win if she scores 14 points unless everybody else in that starting five has 14, 15, 16 points.
Exactly.
Right? She can't have 14 and Mo and Strick have 5. They're not going to win a ball game like that. They're not going to win a ball game. Like, the numbers have to kind of even out. But big fan of Courtney, and I liked the trajectory. I didn't think that she was going to be this explosive coming out. And the learning curve is kind of right where I expected.
Yeah.
It's kind of right where I expected it. I knew she was going to have some issues with the turnovers because it's not easy. Like Coach Nikki said, it's not easy to play rookie point guard in this league. So, yeah.
Again, but for her, just again, Kennedy, just thinking about her and comparing the Trae Young situation to her is, to me, again, just reminiscent. She's breaking all of these franchise records. The Atlanta Dream has not had, a player to score this amount until Angel McCarthy, and she has surpassed that. So again, we got to look for more from her. And I think next game she will do a better job at showing us why she was brought here.
Yeah. And while we're on the subject, I just pulled up the top 5 scorers in the NBA. Number 1 is Asia Wilson.
Okay.
Number 2 is our girl, Ogunbowale. That's going to be her name. Whether that's her name pronounced correctly or not, that is going to be her name. Arike Ogunbowale.
She's averaging
20 points. Number 3 is Dewana Bonner. We're going to see her this week. Number 4 is Breonna Stewart. And number 5, actually tied for number 4, is our very own Kennedy Carter at 19.4 points a game. She is tied with Breonna Stewart for number 4 in the league. We also have another Dream player. I was looking at the stats this week in the steals, I think it was.
Okay.
Let me see. Not assists. Steals. There she goes. Our very own Banaja Laney. I'm sorry. She is currently number 3 in the WNBA in steals with 2.14 a game. So Banaja, she was known as a defensive player before she got here. So it's good to see her. Good to see some Dream players finally getting some love in the stat sheets near the top.
Yes.
So yeah, hopefully we can get some more folk up there. Let's round things up, talking a little bit about the bench. Glory Johnson. I thought Glory, this was her second or third game.
Yes, second or third game. Probably the third, I believe.
Yeah, I think it's the third game. 17 minutes, 6 points, 7 boards, 3 blocks. She was a -2 on the plus minus. What are your thoughts on Glory's game?
Not bad. We don't really see her as much. I thought we would see her a little bit more, but it's still not bad. Not bad for Glory. She's a vet, though, right?
Yeah. And she's working herself into shape like Courtney is. So
now
Coach Nikki. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, Coach Nikki said, she needs to find ways to feature her a little bit more. She was like, I didn't bring Glory over here to being a spot up 3-point shooter. I need to find ways where she's rolling to the basket and do other things. Now, she hit 2 threes. She grabbed 7 boards in 17 minutes. So that tells you a lot. The girl was hustling. 3 blocks in 17 minutes. Like, she didn't get a lot of time, but she really maximized that 17 minutes she was out there playing. We talk about starting 5. Could there be a case where you throw Glory in that starting 5 and let Monique come off the bench again like she did last year? I don't know, but we'll see as time goes on. But I thought Glory had a really good game for only playing 17 minutes.
Absolutely.
Courtney Williams, 25 minutes, 14 points, 3 assists, shot the ball pretty well, 7 for 15. She was one of the only players that with a positive plus minus. She was a +3 on the court while she was out there for her 25 minutes. Again, to me, this is Courtney getting her win back a little bit, getting a little bit more comfortable playing with Kennedy, finding her spots. I thought that she played decent. I still think there's room for improvement. Obviously, there is because, she's we know what she's capable of. Your thoughts on Kennedy during the Dallas game?
Courtney?
Yeah, what did I say?
Kennedy.
I'm sorry, Courtney and Kennedy. I'm gonna be tripping over that
Oh
all year
my
long.
gosh!
So look, y'all just gonna have to deal with it. Fix my typos, B. Come on, y'all.
Between Enrique and Courtney.
Yeah.
No. Courtney, again, 14 points, double digits. We want them in double digits. 3 assists. I think she did a decent job, considering that was a tough game. It was a tough game for them. I'm looking forward to see more of Courtney Williams. What else can we see from Courtney Williams,
Yeah.
But again, not bad. It's still not bad.
Yeah.
And she was in a positive.
Yeah. So, that was pretty much the end of the bench. Coach played Blake for like 8 minutes, but like they're really looking at an 8-person core that she does every night, and I don't know. Now, do you know anything about? I think they got one more player coming back. I'm slipping her name. I'm forgetting her name right now. Shoot, I'll come back to that. But she's one of the bigs. You know what I'm talking about. She hasn't played yet. I think she was coming back from injury. You're supposed to fix my typos. It was somebody that we got in the off season.
In the off season, it's not ringing a
I
bell.
can.
Who is it?
I don't know. So while I'm figuring this out, I want you to tell me, looking at last game, who was your player of the game?
Drum roll, please. That was not a drum roll.
We don't have a drum roll. I'm sorry.
Benasia, she continued her hot season, finishing with 16 points. Double digits, that's all I'm looking for. At this point, we all need those starters in double digits. We need all of our players in double digits. I think Benasia's efforts were good, considering that was a tough game. Benasia is the player of the game for me. Period.
Gotcha. That's a good call. Yeah. My guy making
he's back there making
to the ATL Dreamin podcast.
Yes.
I'm running a zoo over here, man. Kids just running all over here. That's not even my child. I don't even know where he came from.
But his name, EJ, okay? Okay.
So that's a good call. I like the Benasia call. 36 minutes. She played she played the most. The thing about Benasia, again, she's going to play both sides of the ball. So as much as she gives you on offense, she's going to give you that same thing on defense. So,
and not to mention her 6 double-figure scoring effort for 2020.
Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt. She's really coming along. I didn't expect the scoring punch that we were going to get from her, but yeah. So before we go into our weekly player at a glance, I got the name.
What is it?
No thanks to you,
Yakiri.
co-host. No thanks to Yakiri.
Sorry.
Kalani Brown.
Oh,
Kalani Brown, the one that we picked up from, I think we got it from LA.
Yes. Kalani. So what is this deal with Kalani?
I don't know. I don't know if she's recovering from COVID. I don't know if if it's an injury thing, but she's definitely with the team. I saw her last game, like even doing warm up. So, I guess we'll find out what they got a game tomorrow, right? Against
Monday.
They play tomorrow against Connecticut. So, I'll check and ask Coach about her and see what the status is on her because I don't think none of us have asked about Kalani because she's kind of, but that would be a great addition to help E out down low, help Monique out down low, help Glory out down low. That's a veteran that can grab rebounds, give you some scoring punch. So we will see.
We will see.
Today's player at a glance, and if you guys are new, this is one of the things that we do. We do a player at a glance each week. This week we are going to do is it Shakina or Shekinah? Shakina Strickland. Yeah, we call it Strick.
Strick, right.
New
July
to the dream.
30th birthday, fellow Leo, yes. My
Okay,
twinsy.
so I always ask you a bit of trivia. Last week, you failed the trivia
I know.
badly.
Can I Google what
No,
is?
don't Google. You know her birthday, but do you know how old she is?
I think she's 30. I want
Yeah!
to say.
Yes. Got the date right. And I didn't even tell you, okay, now I'm gonna have to switch it up for next week. But July 30th, 1980, she is 30 years old. She was born in Conway, Kansas.
Wow.
I know nothing about Conway, Kansas, but apparently they produce ballers because that's where
Mhm.
she came from.
Mhm.
She won a state champion in high school, state
Mhm.
championship. Where did she go to college at? Another question, bonus.
Tell me. Jeopardy, Alex. I take a nothing.
She went to the University of Tennessee.
Okay.
So you got to figure in NBA and WNBA. Most girls either went to Tennessee or UConn because those are the powerhouses. But she went to University of Tennessee for 4 years. She was teammates with, I think it was Glory. I think her and Glory were
Oh.
teammates at Tennessee. I
Okay.
will confirm that for next week's show. But I think her and Glory spent some time there at the same time.
Okay.
She was drafted number 2 overall in the 2012 draft. Say that
Okay.
twice. By the Seattle Storm.
Mhm.
So she's played with the Storm for 2 years. She's played with the Connecticut Sun. And this year in the offseason, of course, she signed with our Atlanta Dream, signing
Mhm.
a 2-year deal with the Dream.
Mhm.
She's played overseas 1 year for Turkey, Instaball to be exact, Instaball,
Mhm.
the,
Mhm.
the Instaball squad. And she is the winner of the 2019 3-point contest. So
Mhm.
when we talk about her shooting and her hitting them threes, it's not a game. Like, we not just saying that. Like, she got the pedigree.
Mhm.
So that has been our player at a glance, Shakina Strickland. Shout out to Yakiri for getting the trivia correct for the birthday, the
Woo! We
age.
need applause.
We did
Woo!
the applause sounder. We did the
We
applause
got sound
sounder.
effects, right?
I got to get on our producer, man. He's slacking. I don't know
I
what I
know.
pay him for. I don't know what I pay him for,
Right.
but he definitely has to get it together. So,
Mhm.
week at a glance. Week at a
That's it.
glance.
Mhm.
3 more games on the docket. 3 more games on the docket. Doesn't get any easier. We got Connecticut, Seattle, and
Battle
Phoenix
again.
again. I looked
Again.
at this week's games and I was like, who scheduled these games? How do we got Seattle and Phoenix
Again?
twice? Like, we don't get no breaks. Like, why can't we throw New York in there one more time? No disrespect to New York, but like, why we can't play them twice before we play Seattle and Phoenix twice? Like, I don't know, man. We got to talk to some people that are in charge. Do you know anybody that's in charge?
No, I need to find it. Who is in charge?
I don't know, man.
Kelsey? Dan?
I still got a bone to pick with Kelsey, but we'll talk about
Okay.
that. Shout out to the
Like
Atlanta Dream
Kelsey. We love
PR.
them.
Shout
Yes.
out to the Atlanta Dream PR. Kelsey, Dan, all the crew. They do an amazing job. They're doing a great job allowing us to be informed and allowing us to cover our beloved dream. But as we as
Absolutely.
we wind things down, this week at a glance, they got Connecticut on Monday. They have Seattle on Wednesday, and Friday night
Friday
they
night.
take on Phoenix
Phoenix.
again. I don't know the status on Sue Bird for Seattle again.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, I mean, shoot, she didn't play last game. It didn't
Mm-mm.
even really matter. That Seattle
Mm-mm.
team was a well-oiled machine. Let
We're
me see if
talking
I can.
about Canada. Is that Jordan? That Jordan Canada?
For what?
Seattle? Was
Oh
that
yeah,
Jordan Canada?
yeah. So
Beast.
Seattle is currently the number one team in the league at 6-1.
Mhm.
Phoenix is 4-3, and Connecticut is 1-6. However, Connecticut is probably one of the best 1-6 teams you'll see. Like, this is not a team that you can sleep on because they got your girl, who I just mentioned, Dewana Bonner, who is
Mhm.
just she's long, she can score, she plays
Gosh.
defense.
She's
I love watching her play, to be honest with you. But
but
since you are the lady, I'm going to allow you to go first and give us your thoughts on these three games.
You know, I wanted to say win, win, win all the way down, you know, but I'm trying to be realistic here. I think Monday, I'll put a win there. I'll put a win against Connecticut. Seattle, mm, that's
We
a
played
tough
them
one.
tough.
I know, I
We
know.
played them tough. They only beat us by 1 point.
Point. The momentum going into the game. I'll give them a win. Friday,
Okay.
Phoenix. We may take an L for that one. It's not funny. This is not a laughing matter. But yeah,
Okay.
I
So,
got a win-win, and Friday we may take an L.
all right. So to recap, for those keeping track at home, Yakiri said the Dream are going to beat Connecticut on Monday.
That's
They're going to
true.
beat Seattle. That good juju, those good vibes are going to they're going to
Mhm.
roll over to Wednesday, right?
Mhm.
They're going to
Mhm.
roll over to Wednesday and they're going to beat Seattle and they're going to run out of steam when they take on Phoenix. So
Mhm.
I am going to do this.
What are you gonna do?
I'm going to back up my co-host
Okay.
and I'm going to say I agree with you on all three of those games.
What?
They're going to get the win against Connecticut. They're going to
Mhm.
scrape it out because one thing that we noticed from that press conference after the game, them girls are starting to get hungry. Like they starting to get hungry. Like we talked, and usually it's all like, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They was all like, yeah, we need to get a
We
win.
need to get a win. And even, just piggybacking off of that, just, knowing that, they are making, some momentum on the scoreboards. They are getting, making history with their careers. So just thinking about me telling Courtney, well, 1,500 girl, she was like, rather focus on getting a win. So
Yeah, she was cool about it. She didn't
she
like
was
make
just
you
like,
feel dumb. Like she could have
"Oh,
made you feel dumb and be like, I don't know nothing about that. But she was like, I didn't even know. I just really want to win.
that's
So
it.
like that
But
lets you know like
thanks."
they hungry. They hungry
Right.
for a win. So I too am taking
Mhm.
Connecticut. I'm taking Seattle
Mhm.
as W's. Think they
Mhm.
run out of steam when they're running the Phoenix. And of course, we're gonna check back next week and see uh, how they did. So um, yeah, man. Yeah. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see.
We're gonna see.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for parting shots.
Parting
Time for
shot.
us to get whatever's on your chest. It doesn't have to be sports related. It's just your parting shot. As we close up the show, we thank everybody for checking us out. Even though y'all didn't
Mhm.
want to chat with us, even though you don't want to shoot some
I
questions,
mean, what's that
it's
about?
all to the good though. We feel the love. I see the numbers there. I see people done
Hmm.
tuned in and stuff. So it's all to the good. I know folks be shy, but Miss
Don't be
Shakiri,
shy.
Miss Shakiri, give us
Yes.
our. Hold on, let me see if I can give you the
What
part.
kind
Go
of?
ahead,
You can
go
give
ahead
me
and give.
some music or something? I
No,
mean, what?
I'm
Oh wow! Here by myself. So my parting shot is Atlanta Dream, the girls of the ladies of the WNBA, supporting, just supporting, wearing their black shirts. Vote Warnick. That was a very clever thing to do. Love that. Still Brianna. We got to find those officers and bring them to justice. Very, 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 very proud of the ladies in WNBA. Thank you for fighting for social justice. Thank you for doing what you do. Continue to fight. Continue to do what you do. And hey, your girl, Yakiri Thomas, self-proclaimed Spritzney, and Edub got your back. We'll be here. We'll be here supporting as well. Thank you, ladies. Continue to fight. And that's my parting shot. And you know
That
what?
was solid.
I
That was
wanted
solid.
what? It was it?
That was a
Ah,
solid parting
oh
shot.
snap. Okay. All right.
All right. So my parting shot is simply this. Over the weekend, I was listening, and I don't know how many of you guys are into gospel music out there, but um, I was listening to a song by Leandra Johnson.
Love her.
She has a song called Better Days.
Mm.
It is one of my absolute favorite songs across any genre. It's called Better Days. Google it, YouTube it. It is an amazing song. And in this society and in this time where a lot of folks are feeling down, the pressures of pandemic, the pressures of crazy people going on in our government doing us a lot of craziness, I want to encourage everybody that better days are coming. I don't know when, I don't know where, but you have to believe that better days are coming. I believe it each and every day. You have to have a positive mindset. I believe better days are coming from the Dream. I believe better days are coming for Yakiri. Better days are coming for me, and they're coming for you if you're listening to this podcast, man. So better days are a coming, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is my parting shot. So um, on behalf of the wonderful Yakiri, I am Edub. Appreciate you guys for checking out ATL Dreamin' live on Periscope, Facebook, and the Twitters. And we appreciate all the love and support. Retweets and reshares are appreciated. And we will see you guys next week. Once again, same bat time. Well, we'll figure out the time, but same place. Y'all know how we do.
Same, maybe.
Yeah. But we appreciate you guys, and we will see you all next week. Peace.